Welcome to iYo Verse. I'm iYo. Today I want to talk about failure, and it's interesting thinking about like social media, right? And you scroll through your timelines and things like that, and it's almost always like something good. You know what I mean? Like people are on this vacation, or this person got a new whip, or they got a new car, or somebody's getting engaged, or somebody's getting married, or somebody's having a baby, and that's cool, man. I really, you know what I mean? I like to see my friends, my family, colleagues. I like to see people flourish, and that's cool. But I think what goes missing is the fact that we never share the bad. It almost paints this picture as if like life is all good and it's always all good. You know what I mean? And if you're paying attention to what people are posting, you're seeing all this good stuff. It can kind of get you to question like, man, why am I not being successful or doing all these things that other people are doing? And so I want to talk about failures specifically. I'm going to talk about a recent failure that I had. Some of you know, I'm also a musician, rapper. I go by iYo the Philosopher, and I dropped this single at the beginning of February. It's called Be Mine. I'll drop the link below so you can check it out. But it's called Be Mine. It's the first kind of song that I made that I felt had like some dance appeal. So my idea was to do a dance contest surrounding the contest or the song, and the incentives were the first grand prize was $500, and then there was a second and third place prize as well, in addition to some promotion in the newsletter that I have. And so the goal was to put a quick choreographed video together of dancing to the song, right? And so I'm thinking I consulted with a few people who do hip hop dance. I'm like, is $500 enough as an incentive? I'm thinking that maybe that might help me help pay me back. Obviously, the budget is limited in terms of like streams if people are rehearsing and things like that. And so I went with it, consulted with some folks. They were like, cool. I did some marketing, put a flyer together, shared that all on social media, shared it in my newsletter, paid for Instagram ad, ran that for a week, reached out specifically to like some studios and dance teams and things of that nature. I probably did a couple of other things too, but ran the contest for a month, end of the month, and I'm gonna tell you how many submissions I had. That many. So not one person entered the contest. And so I was just like, wow, I failed here. And I tried to, I try not to see it as a failure, right? Like, only lessons learned, because if you don't try, you never know what's going to happen. And so maybe I needed a bigger incentive. Maybe I needed to talk to more people in the hip hop community. Maybe I needed to get different people to buy in. Maybe my company is Philosophy LLC. Maybe because it's not well enough branded, people didn't put faith in the fact that if they won, they would actually receive their money or whatever it was. Nonetheless, there's some lessons to be learned there. I failed, and obviously I took that hard. You know what I mean? Is someone who I think I make pretty decent music. I try to make music that's meaningful, and I thought this song was pretty dope, but it didn't bear a lot of fruit. Based on that endeavor at least. So I took that hard, but I failed, and that's a reality in life. We try different things and we fail, and it's okay, to move on to the next thing. You learn the lesson and keep growing. Like, what am I going to do? Am I going to stop making music? Am I going to stop trying to find creative ways to put my music out there or to put myself out there? No, I'm not going to quit, because that's what brings me joy. And it's not like I'm trying to like make it big, but obviously if I have enough people listening where the hobby can pay me back in some form of fashion, or even if it I make a song and it touches somebody and they're like, yo, that song was dope, or I connected with that, or I needed to hear that, or that was fire, or I could bump to that. You know, like even not being a monetary thing, that brings me a lot of joy to be able to deliver something like that to people. So, but yeah, man, it's on to the next one. So all that goes to say, like, you know, when you're looking at people's timelines and you're talking to people and people are always talking about the good and never the bad or the struggles, it's a lot of people out here, man, that are struggling with mental health issues, other physical health conditions, mental disorders, you know, issues with relationships and jobs and life stress and just trying to get by, and you know what I mean. So like, don't let the timelines fool you, I guess is what I want to echo. And don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to try new things, and try not to see failure as failure. At the end of the day, you move on, you learn something new, and you keep it moving. So anyway, that's failure. My thoughts on failure, at least. If you have thoughts, comments, drop them below. Please subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.
Hey, I'm asking you. Hey, I'm asking you, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Would you be mine? Hey, I'm asking you, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Would you be mine? Hey, I really only had to think about it for a second, and that was when I met you. You nothing like them regulars, and baby, I'ma bet you that if we get together, that we can do it special. So put me on your schedule, and we can have a meeting, cause I'm thinking you the reason I've been thinking about these reasons I've been dreaming.